All right, welcome back to the party, everybody. I'm your host, Much, aka the Indian Jesus, here to resurrect the second coming of common sense. How is everybody doing? Happy afternoon. Welcome to some afternoon delight. This is the earliest stream that I have ever done, but I promised you guys that we would go through this Jubilee video where Charlie Kirk takes on 25 people at once. Not technically at once, but you know, it's close enough, and it is very interesting. But of course, as you know, Jubilee will copyright claim anything. Where is it? There it is. And so, you know, it's just not worth it to cover them anymore. But you guys were so generous on Friday's show that I was like, screw it. You guys earned it. You guys earned it. So we are going to get into it. And guys, just because I'm live now does not mean that I will not be live later tonight. That is, you're getting 2 streams today, live every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, and sometimes whenever I feel like it, like right now. Head over to TheIndianJesus.com for your very own merch. And don't forget to join the Discord. It is absolutely free. And if you join as a member of this channel, you get full access. After the 8 p.m. stream, we're going to go in there for an after party where you are not stuck behind your keyboard. You're actually on screen with me and everybody else. It is a good time, so come and join us. Shout out to King Nirvana showing up early. I don't know how many people we're going to have here. I don't know how many of you are, around during the day. So, we're going to try it out. We're going to see how it goes. And hopefully it goes well. Let's do it. As always, guys, if you cannot hear the video, please do let me know.
I think that a person who was assigned male at birth, I don't think assigned male at birth, so people are not male at birth. I think that person, your evidence that college is a scam, my friend.
So would you say in some cases women with IUDs are murderers?
Of course not, they're not murderers.
So what's the difference between an IUD killing a conceived zygote and like a mother going to Planned Parenthood and killing the fetus in her womb?
That's actually the best point somebody made.
It's not about the cell. It's not about. No, I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
Hello, everyone. I am Charlie Kirk, founder of Turning Point USA, and I am surrounded by 20 woke college kids.
All right, let's do it.
My first prompt is, abortion is murder and should be illegal.
So claim number 1. Smash Martian. I guess he already said it, so it doesn't matter. We're getting copyright claimed anyway. Abortion is murder. That is the claim. And so we will see. If these kids can give it to him. And so I think there is if you could see, there's a 20-minute counter on the clock here. I think each topic gets 20 minutes, and then you see they all have red flags here. And so there's 20, if they get 11 people that raise a red flag, then they swap out the person. So it'll be interesting. Shout out to Giggling Spy. Welcome to the party. Good to see ya. We also got Stephen Colbert Cheese. Welcome. So maybe watch the Destiny commentary video instead. No copyright hits on that. Of course not. Of course, yeah. I mean, I was actually thinking about it. I was like, maybe, if we jump through and just watch his parts, but I don't know how much of it he did. And again, you guys were so generous to me that I don't even care. This is my gift to you. We also get M169. Welcome to the party. Very good to see you. So the first prompt is abortion is murder. Not only abortion is murder, but abortion is murder and should be illegal. We all got it. So whoever gets to the chair first gets to debate.
Okay, hello, what's your name?
Juliana.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Can
you.
we get our
I feel like they could have had a better way to do that. I feel like somebody's going to get hurt if they're all running into each other. Like, maybe just like raise the flag, whoever raises the flag first, or press a button or something. I don't know. Seems pretty simple to me.
terms right first?
Yeah.
Okay, abortion is the forcible ending of the viability of a being in utero, otherwise known as a fetus. We agree that's what abortion is?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, great. And then murder is the intentional taking of life, different than killing or sudden death. So murder would be the intent taking another life. Do we agree with that?
Okay.
Okay, and then we agree that murder in general in society should be illegal.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
So yeah, no, I do want to preface that I'm a Catholic. So I think one really important thing that the Bible says is to not judge. And
hey, shout out to Marjorie Wolcott. Welcome back from Jamaica, my mama's homeland. That is where she was born and raised. Welcome back to the party. Yeah, definitely a good gimmick for the social media. Red flag, but hey, can't hate on the game. Can't hate on the game. Hate the or rather, can't hate the player. Hate the game. True. That is a lot more entertaining. And I think if somebody were actually to die, it'd be really entertaining.
Catholic. So I think one really important thing that the Bible says is to not judge. And just going back to the topic, I think there's a big difference between, cells in utero than a living, breathing, existing being. And while I do believe it's murder, and that's just my personal belief, right? I don't believe in telling people what to do with their bodies. That's not up to me, and it's not up to us.
As you can see, it says here, the students can raise their flags when they would like a different speaker, and then it's at a total of 21. So if they get 11, then wrong one. So out of 21. So if they get 11 flags, then they just they vote out. You've been voted off the island. Hey, we got our boy Nick Lou Kitty in the building. Welcome to the party. Good to see you again, guys. Just in case you are wondering, this is an extra stream. We are still going to be live 8 p.m. Eastern for the full show down in the studio. Welcome. Marshall City's brave, putting himself out there. So that's that's kind of what we were what I was asking with the poll there. Could you hold your own in a 25-1 debate? And a third of you are saying, I wouldn't even try, but almost half of you are saying, yeah, I got it. I think it really depends on, who it is. And, when it's 20 college students, that's one thing. 20 like actual scholars, probably not. But I would definitely try it. I would definitely try it. This man said, why do they always go straight to the not judging verse? Always.
As well as Christians to judge.
Should we prevent?
Up to me, and it's not up to us as well as Christians to judge.
Should we prevent murder in society?
For sure, yeah.
It should be illegal.
But I think that it's really different, right? Because, these people aren't.
Am I not on Rumble? I should be on Rumble. I have the shout out to Zippy. Welcome. I should be on Rumble. Is it not there? Or did you stop the entire show without checking? Let's see. It should be. It says it's working. I don't know. If it's working, it's working. If it's not, it's not. I don't know what to tell you. But welcome to the party. And guys, if you could do me a huge favor and hit that like button, it would be a very, very, very much appreciated. It definitely helps out. Thank you.
Right? Because, these people aren't.
So, boom, they did not like her.
Sorry, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
And so that tells us, just like A169 was saying, that, they always go to this argument. So maybe it's good to have an idea of what the arguments for your position are so that you don't go to the base one that everybody knows how to debunk. There you go. So we got a new person coming up. We also got Dietrich's in the building. Welcome to the party. And if they put up 11 flags and tell her to move move off the speaker seat, isn't that telling her what to do with her body? Body autonomy, the most important thing. Sorry, just fixing myself here a little bit. But yeah. I mean, that's not that, especially with the abortion question. Come on, what are we doing? Good call. Welcome to the party. Good to see you, brother. So yes, again, 11 flags gets a new person. 20 minutes per issue. So we got our second person on our first issue. Abortion is murder and should be illegal.
Okay, what's your name?
Naima.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, can I just ask, at how many weeks do you think that a fetus is viable?
Hey, yo! Shout out to Zippy. Oh, what happened to my mic? Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, because Morty's getting a treat. Come here, Bubs. Come here. Yeah, thank you so much for the $10 Rumble rant. Said, my bad, man. Here's a week's worth of donations. That is very, very, very much appreciated. Thank you so very much. That's right. Every single donation comes with a treat for my co-host, Morty. Thank you, sir. And of course, that makes you the new sponsor of the stream. Thank you very, very much. Before we dive back in, we also got Mystic 2 in the building. Welcome to the party. Again, thank you. Let me yeah, it's early in the day for me too. This is for you guys. But all right, thank you so much. Let's dive back in here. Thank you, sir.
Can I just ask, at how many weeks do you think that a fetus is viable?
Well, viability and moral worth are two different things.
No, but I'm asking you, at how many weeks do you think a fetus is viable?
Well, at about 20 weeks, a baby can survive outside of utero.
So it's actually 24 to 26 weeks?
Well, it's 20. The youngest ever in a NICU unit actually happened in San Diego, not far from here, and survived at 20 weeks.
Okay, so under Roe v. Wade, 93% of abortions happened in the first 13 weeks of pregnancy. That's 93% of the abortions happened well before a fetus is technically viable as a form of life.
So let's go into viability.
Shout out again to Zippy. Thank you. So very, very much, me and Morty very much appreciate you. What do we got here? M169 said, yeah, but with the left, bodily autonomy counts for abortions. They get a say with other medical interventions. What do you mean? With the left, bodily autonomy only. Oh, I missed that. Yeah, it only counts for abortions. Exactly, because when it came to the jab mandates, they're like, nope, you got to do it. Like, well, what happened to your entire platform? This is supposed to be the number one thing that you cared about. DJ said, I'm sorry. It says a lot when she has this look of disgust towards everyone else who went for the chair. These are your allies, but the narcissism is poetic. Good catch. I didn't even think about that all through when I was watching this, because I did watch this all the way through, because I didn't plan on covering it. But that's a great point. About narcissism is a strong word, but certainly the selfishness and the ego of I want to be the one. It's not about, hey, let's spread these ideas. Let's get other people to understand that abortion is something good, if that's what you want. It's not about that to them. It's about winning. As always. Zippy, you do whatever you want. I've got everything good to go. Wherever you are comfortable is good for me. Steven said viability was about 24 weeks when Roe passed. Technology has pushed that forward a few weeks. Yep, and that's definitely a big factor as to why I think that oh no, do we have a tick? Was that a tick? Did I just feel a tick? No. Okay. So we had a tick on Morty. We're good. Yeah, that notion of viability, that's always changing. Conception is always conception. Just the way it goes. And yeah, those lefties definitely famous for infighting. I mean, it's starting to happen a lot more on the right, but those lefties, they just hate each other. Zippy said, with abortion, I feel viability is how you protect the individual from an abusive collective. I think viability just means, like, if they disconnect the umbilical cord, will the baby automatically die? I think that's what they mean. I could be wrong, but yeah, I think, I don't know. All right, moving on.
Well before a fetus is technically viable as a form of life.
So let's go into viability. So what is it about, let's say, a 6-week baby that has a heartbeat, its own DNA, fingerprint, brainwaves, that is less moral worth than an 88-year-old right now with dementia in a home down the street? That person requires assistance, requires help. Why is it that the 6-week baby is of less moral worth?
Well, first of all, it's not a baby, it's a fetus.
Well, what does fetus mean?
A fetus is in utero.
What does fetus mean in Latin?
What the I'm sorry, is this
It means little
And
human
then
being.
again, so when the other side doesn't know something, it's like, well, it's not my job to educate you. And then when he just asked a very basic question, what does fetus mean in Latin? What the F? What? Why? What the fuck? Why should I? What are you talking about? Like, remember how this thing started? She asked him about viability, and he made, well, okay, we can talk about viability, but viability and moral worth are different things. And she's like, that's not the question I asked. And then as soon as it goes the other way around,
Fetus mean in Latin.
What the I'm sorry, is this
It means
like, who are you looking at? Who are you looking off camera to? He asked you a very simple question. Just answer it. If you don't know, say you don't know.
it means little human being.
Ooh, his smile is very creepy. Okay.
Smiling is creepy.
No,
so now we're going to the ad hominems. You just asked me a question that I don't know how to answer, so I'm going to attack your appearance. There has not been 3 seconds of footage of this woman that has not been red flags. Red flags. Oh yeah. I love it when they don't even know the words, what words they use. Yeah, exactly. I mean, insane. Zippy says tech will get to a point when a fetus can be transferred into a tomb to finish growing. Exactly. That's why, for right now, viability might be, you're like, oh, well, this is not viable, but eventually that's going to disappear. Exactly what you're saying. Exactly. Dietrich said, exactly, the group of allies they have could have some semblance of an argument, bounce off of each other, or drown him out for a barbaric W. Charlie's allowing them to display their internal carnage. And that's how you got to approach this. Because if that's the other thing about understanding the context you're in. We were recently talking about when Jesse on Fire went on with Destiny and just got demolished, and he thought he did good. It's because in his mind, he didn't know the game that he was playing. And so she might have thought that, oh, that was good for me to be like, oh, what? Oh, your smile's weird. But to all of us, we're like, hey, yo, what? That's not what we're doing here. Very, very interesting. By just watching these people, you can see exactly what's in their head.
His smile is very creepy. Okay.
Smiling is creepy?
No, your smile specifically.
Got it.
But let's go back to, we're losing track here.
No, but what species is the fetus?
The fetus is not a species yet. It's technically classified.
The fetus is not a species. The fetus is not a species. That's a sentence that somebody just said, knowing that there's cameras on them. The fetus is not a species yet.
What species is the fetus?
The fetus is not a species yet. It's technically classified as a parasite until it is viable.
So,
now I want to talk to you about something very
I can't get past that. Are you saying a baby is a disease or a tumor?
And then look,
a parasite is not.
And then 6 red flags go. Oh, my things are getting in the way, but I'll just do this then. So 6 red flags go up just as soon as she says that.
I can't get past that. Are you saying?
So hold on.
Parasite until it is viable.
So
now I want to talk to you about something very quickly.
I can't get past that. Are you saying a baby is a disease or a tumor?
A parasite is not a disease and a tumor. Those are not the same thing. A parasite is defined as something that cannot survive outside of its host. A baby, before it is viable, cannot survive outside of a woman's womb.
Got it. So let's extrapolate that.
It is not a living organism.
Are old people with Alzheimer's and dementia that are being assisted every day, are they parasites?
No, they're not parasites. They're human beings who are on the brink of death.
Got it. So
right. And so would be the baby is, right? And so this is where Zippy's saying, man, she's doing the semantic obfuscation. But the real question is, does she believe what she is saying? Because if she believes what she's saying, then it is not obfuscation, because obfuscation is carries intent. So if she believes what she's saying, then this is linguistic creep. This is somebody else has twisted the words that by the time they got to her mind, she believes that that's what these words mean. So I'm willing to bet she thinks that she's saying real things. So somebody else did the semantic obfuscation, and this is what we get. This is what we get. This is why semantic obfuscation is such a problem, because now she doesn't even know that she's talking nonsense. Because as Marjorie said, arrogant ignorance. She has the arrogance behind it, which makes it that much more difficult to get through to her that, oh, actually, you cannot say the sentence, a fetus is not a species yet, and make sense. Those things can't work. Dietrich said, my wife gave my wife grew a horse in her womb, but it turned into a stupid baby when it came out. I was like, where is this going? Where is this going? See, this is where I am missing my soundboard. If I was, what? Oh, hell no. King, so the fetus would be the human being on the brink of life then. Yep, exactly. Stephen said histrionic comes from thinking wombs made women hysterical. I mean, yeah, there's definitely there's definitely things in the past that would have led to discrepancies between medicine and healthcare in general. But we're long past that. We're long past that. So yeah, so the intent splits the difference between linguistic creep and semantic obfuscation. So yeah, semantic creep works. Semantic creep, but yeah, just the idea that it's not her twisting the words; it's her understanding has been twisted, and now she's using the words as she understands them.
Parasites.
No, they're not parasites. They're human beings who are on the brink of death.
Got it. So they're not going to be able to survive. My 4-month-old that requires mom's breast milk and requires daily changes and feedings cannot survive without its own. Is my 4-month-old a parasite?
Your baby can breathe on its own. Your baby can drink water from its mouth to its stomach.
We're up to 8 flags.
Your baby can
it hunt?
Food.
Can it gather? Can it reason?
But that's not what qualifies something as being a living organism. Being a living organism simply means, can you survive?
Wait, I just saw 2 flags. I mean, unless 2 flags went down, I just saw 2 flags go up and the number didn't change.
Qualify something as being a living organism. Being a living organism simply means, can you survive outside of a womb, outside of your host?
Got it. So I just want to make sure I'm clear. Why does that then equate to moral viability?
It equates to scientific viability.
Why? Under what standard?
Because it is not alive, and you are advocating for the rights of something that is not technically a life.
Got it. So what is it something
while sacrificing the needs of the human woman who is alive?
Got it. So, but a mom can survive.
Yes.
Without the baby in her. Right?
Yes.
The baby cannot survive without the mom.
Yeah.
Everybody there just like, yo, somebody else raised their goddamn flag. Everybody's like, we hate this bitch, but somebody else, we just need one more flag.
Yes.
But a mom cannot survive without her lungs. So it's not her body, it's in her body.
Bingo.
It's not her DNA.
Bingo. Let's run that back one more time. Let's run that back one more time. It's not her body, it's in her body. And then, yeah, exactly. So MX9 was saying this is why the fundamentals of the English language is so important and why they don't teach it. Can any of these students diagram a sentence? Probably not. She's ignorant. You don't feed an infant water. Did I miss that? Did you say give it food and water? Stupid. Teacher said most of these women would appreciate. How are we doing on? So okay, they're not saying they're claiming anything so far, but they always claim it afterwards. But so they might shut the stream down. If they shut the stream down, then we did what we could do. But as long as we're here, we're here. You guys earned it. Again, thank you so very much for busting me. In general, always, but specifically on Friday. So yeah, Dietrich said most of these women would appreciate life if they just had a baby. I'm calling my most favorite possession in the world watching this ignorant girl tell me my daughter had no value before she arrived. Well said. How can you say it better than that? Well said, sir. Shout out to Bobby Blankenship. Welcome to the party. Said 100% I can hold my own in debate. Try me. I'll argue any side. All right, yo, you want to debate? Join the Discord. Let's get something set up. I'm down to debate. I don't know if I would do 25 on 1, but definitely 1-on-1. Let's make it happen. Welcome to the party, brother. Steven says she's silly to focus on defining a fetus as not alive. The definition of life versus non-life is complicated and controversial all on its own without involving human life specifically. Agreed. Okay, weird. Yeah. So, yeah. Let me know what you'd like to debate about, and we can make it happen. Aya said, referring to your child as a possession is concerning. I mean, I think if you're talking about Dietrich, I think he's saying the opposite, and the point using her this lady's point of view that it's just a thing. When he's saying like no, yeah, like, and he does possess her. So I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with that. I see this, the exact opposite. I think this is beautiful. Beautiful.
Not survive without her lungs. So it's not her body, it's in her body. It's not her DNA,
no,
so it's not.
That's wrong. Stephen, the question is not whether to label it human or not. That is not a question. It is a human. That's why this dumb girl, when she said it's not a species yet, that was incorrect. The correct answer to that question is it's a human fetus. The question is whether or not to label it a person or not, because these are legal arguments. So again, because it's not just specifically abortion is murder, but abortion is murder and should be illegal. Those are both part of the question, which makes it a legal question, brings it into the legal realm. And then because it is not in question as to whether a fetus is a human. Of course, it is a human. It's not a horse, as Dietrich was alluding to before. But it is a human. But the question is it a person? That's the question, because the language of the Constitution and so on and so forth has to do with personhood rights. This was the issue with slavery and giving black. Nobody was questioning whether black people were humans. Well, I mean, maybe somebody was, but I'm saying legally, the question was not, are these black people humans? The question was, are they persons? Are they worthy of personhood? Right, and that's why the 3/5 compromise came into place. Nick said, I look at who usually has abortions, and I tend to think that they couldn't raise a child without totally screwing them up. From my experience, I would rather not have lived than not have a chance. I understand that, but it's just like you're alive to be able to make that decision. The point is that, and obviously the irony is now you can't go back and make that decision. But the irony is that if you, Nick, wants to make that decision, you're your own person to make that decision. But before you're born and you become the person who understands that decision, then you have the right to make that decision, and that necessitates that you are born. A shout out to Dr. Evil Genius. Welcome to the party. Good friend of the channel. You can see me over on the Talking Shit podcast. Sometimes for their filthy casual MMA watch party. If you are a UFC fan, definitely check them out. So sneaking my way in here while I prep for the incline bench. Yeah, dudes, I didn't see him for a minute, and he got swole. He got swole. If you're in the New York area and you're looking for a personal trainer, hit him up. Hit him up. Welcome. We also got Taylor Woodard in the building. Welcome. So I agree with Charlie Kirk every single time. Yeah, man. I mean, it's hard to, even if you don't agree with his positions, again, when it comes down to the conversation, it's really difficult to take the side of somebody who doesn't know how to articulate their point. So there you go. Welcome. And we got our boy Unwanted Foe. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. All right, let's dive back in here and see what we got.
Her lungs. So it's not her body, it's in her body. It's not her DNA, so it's not her choice.
Right.
So it
actually is directly her DNA. It is 100%. It's 50.
It's no. It's 50% her DNA. That's how that works. I'm not a person. Dietrich said, the fight my wife and I had countless times where we almost lost our baby in the womb. While women like this enjoy the power to end a life. She has my DNA and her life is in my hands. She is mine. There you go. 50%
of her DNA.
Half her DNA. He's gonna win, I'm telling you. This
there you go. Nick, this is exactly what I was saying. Dr. Blue Genius says, I'm the product of extreme child abuse. I used to want to die. but I'm glad I was allowed to exist to create a different life for myself. And that's totally okay if someone were to, come to a different conclusion. But the point is that we need to allow those people to be alive to make those decisions. So women are born valuable, and men earn it. Yep. All right, so let's say we might need to. I don't know if I'll step. Okay. Yeah. So we don't need to chill a little bit. We like to on this channel we attack ideas, not people. So if you don't like the things that he's saying, attack his ideas, not him. Please.
He's gonna win. I'm telling you. This could take a while.
Okay, first of all,
do we have our terms correct? We agree?
Actually, no. So first of all, I would like to refine our terms. I have 2 points to bring up after that, though. So you define murder as like intentionally like killing a human being. I think that's a very poor way to define murder, because if someone were to like break into my home and point a gun at the heads of me and everybody I love, and I intentionally kill them to prevent them from killing my family, I don't think I murdered them, right? So I would define murder as the unjustified termination of a human life.
You're making a good point. Let me further clarify that. So self-defense is very warranted.
Exactly, right?
But I can see where you're going to go with how that has to go with abortion, but we can go down that journey in a second.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I kind of do want to give you my argument insofar as why I'm pro-choice, why I think it's justified. But first, I think that, your position is quite absurd, right? Because you're saying that it is murder to kill a human being, right, at any point in development, especially when it's in the mother's womb. My question to you would be, well, does this make women with IUDs murderers? Because it is the case that in some scenarios, an IUD will allow for conception to occur, meaning there's a unique human life there, but it will prevent its implantation, intentionally killing it.
Well, no, preventing implantation is not necessarily the same thing as terminating a fertilized egg. For example,
so I was not aware of that sometimes eggs can get fertilized by the time they get to like using an IUD, that it could be a fertilized egg. I was not aware of that, so I'm definitely going to have whoa. Nobody banned you. Nobody said. All I said was attack ideas, not people. If you're gonna play the victim just because you're not gonna be able to insult people, then get the fuck out of here. But all I said was attack ideas, not people. Pathetic. These people are fucking pathetic. Fucking pathetic. All I said was attack ideas, not people. The man was saying that his daughter is the most precious thing in the world. And what you hear is, oh, you have problems with women. And we're the ones that don't want to hear other opinions. Projection. Well, yeah, there's too many weirdos here. Weird. Okay, did I mishear that then? Okay, I maybe I misheard that. Yeah, right. We got it. We got this. Oh, definitely not. But all right, let's keep it. Let's stay above there. So that's maybe I misheard that. Let's go back to that. He is talking a little bit faster.
These murderers, because it is in the mother's womb. My question to you would be, well, does this make women with IUDs murderers? Because it is the case. My question to you would be, well, does this make women with IUDs murderers? Because it is the case that in some scenarios, an IUD will allow for conception to occur, meaning there's a unique human life there, but it will prevent its implantation, intentionally killing it.
Well, no, preventing implantation.
So that's what I'm saying, is that if that's the case, I would obviously have to look more at what the actual process is. I've nutted in some girls with an IUD. So I may have fertilized some eggs that then were killed, and I don't know if I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm certainly I get the difference between killing a baby at 9 months, 9 months in the womb, and right at the beginning. But conceptually, it's the same thing. So I don't know. We're not even gonna. We're above that. Bobby said, I have 2 children and 1 abortion. Let's talk about it. Imagine that, actually having discussions. about things with people instead of just saying, this is what I think, you're bad, evil, bye. Brilliance. No, you good. That's, hey, we ain't keeping score. This is the point, bro. This is what I'm telling you. It ain't gotta be like that, bro. You misheard. It's all good. Ain't nobody keeping score. We're all on the same team.
There, but it will prevent its implantation, intentionally killing it.
Well, no, preventing implantation is not necessarily the same thing as terminating a fertilized egg. For example, if you take Plan B, it's not the same thing. Preventing the production of progesterone is not the same thing as terminating a being that has been fertilized. You do not know for a fact that the egg has been fertilized. You do not know that when you have an IUD.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, but then if you don't know for a fact that it's been fertilized, in the same way that viability is not a good argument, because if we say 6 weeks typically, then at that 6 weeks, the fetus may or may not actually be viable, then it has to go the other way around. And if we're saying that with an IUD, you don't know that you're not killing fertilized eggs, I don't know if I can raw dog any more IUD girls. No! I mean, it's definitely weird to feel like the fucking paper clip on the end of your dick. And I mean, I don't know, maybe some of you ain't built like that. But I'd rather hit it raw with the paper clip on the end than have to use a condom. But if that's fertilizing eggs and then killing them, I think we gotta stop raw dogging IUD girls, guys. I think we gotta stop let's see. I mean, I'm hoping that the Christian Charlie Kirk can bring back some semblance of like, nope, that's actually different. It is totally okay to raw dog the IUD girls. Let's see.
Has been fertilized. You do not know for a fact that the egg has been fertilized. You do not know that when you have an IUD.
Okay, yeah. So preventing fertilization or implantation to the uterine lining is killing a conceived zygote. So what happens? A sperm goes into the egg, right? The egg becomes fertilized. It's a conceived zygote. In some cases, it will prevent the implantation of the conceived zygote, killing the conceived zygote.
In some cases.
Yeah.
That's correct.
So what do you say in some cases?
Yeah, man. Wow. That's that. I mean, I'm not very sexually active in general. I'm not dating right now, and so it's not going to change my day-to-day life. But I definitely thought that IUDs were the way to go because it's win-win. So then the question, okay, because then that's bringing into like how long. So does Plan B then deal with fertilized eggs, or does it prevent the egg from being fertilized? I don't really like the Plan B in general, but it's definitely better than like an abortion straight up. But god damn. Steven said, when do you believe a fertilized egg should be defined a person? The moment it has unique DNA. Once the DNA of that entity is separate and different from the male DNA and the DNA of the sperm and the DNA of the egg, that's really what I'm talking about. So if we are talking, I don't know how long it takes for DNA strands to actually create. So if it is the case that a girl who has an IUD, you nut in her, fertilizes the egg, but it ends that process before any DNA is created. I don't think that it could work that way, but I don't know. Then I'd be okay with raw dog and IUD girls. But if not, if that's an immediate thing, then no more raw dogging IUD girls. Bobby said it's not an abortion if the fetus isn't viable. True, makes sense. Otherwise, every period is yeah. No, so it's not an abortion. The fetus isn't viable. It's not an abortion unless you know. If you know that the fetus is not viable, then it's not an abortion. If you're not sure, I still consider that an abortion. I don't think. I don't think so, because then we're talking about fertilized eggs. So if you're using a condom, then there's no fertilization. It's not saying the sperm is alive and the egg is alive. It's the combination. So this is not accurate. but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Genius said, "Nutting down her throat is the way to go." Dilly dilly to that. Yeah, I disagree with that. So Giggling Spy said, "Spark of life snuffed out before implantation." Well, again, that's the question: is there a time period or a meaningful time period between when the egg fertilizes and when we can see or when DNA is created, or is that a process that like is either one and the same or happens immediately? I don't exactly know. He said, "What about when zygote splits and becomes two identical twins? Are they each half a person?" No, they each would. So again, we're going back to exactly. So I think if what you're saying is that Bobby is wrong, okay. I think we're all on the same page. So Taylor said, "Transmute that sacred sperm into alchemical spiritual power." There you go. There you go. All right, I think Marjorie's got us here. So the moment of conception, when the egg is fertilized, a human life is formed complete with its own genetically unique DNA. Okay, that's what I thought. So I'm definitely going to double check this. But no more raw dog and IUD girls, because that could potentially create murder or the ending of life. Wow. How does it conflict with my definition of a person? No more raw dog and IUD girl.
Plantation of the conceived zygote, killing the conceived zygote.
In some cases, correct.
So what do you say in some cases, women with IUDs are murderers?
Of course not, they're not murderers. We do not know for a case. That's like saying that.
So what's the difference between an IUD killing a conceived zygote and like a mother going to Planned Parenthood and killing the fetus in her womb?
Well,
this question could be, I mean, this is a huge question. That's a great question. What is the difference between a unique DNA from the sperm and egg? And they don't, exactly. It's not like they have identical DNA. But at that stage, they might. At that stage, they might. Once DNA that is different from the sperm and the egg that came together, that point is when a life begins. And so then if we have, you can have more than one life from that. Just because it splits doesn't make it half a person. Now you just have two people. I don't know. Do you think twins that are born are half people? How does that change anything? Yeah, sperm is alive, but sperm is sperm is the same. Sperm is alive in the same way that, if you clip off I could clip off a piece of my nail right now. That's alive. Or like, okay, so actually, yeah, my fingernail is alive, right? But if I do that, I didn't commit murder, because that's not unique DNA. That's still my DNA. Dr. Evil said some IUDs are chemical based and act as other hormonal methods. The copper IUD works as is being discussed. Well, I would assume that the one that I'm feeling up in there, I'm assuming that's the copper one. Trees are alive. Everything is alive. Exactly. So this is an important question.
Women with IUDs are murderers?
Of course not, they're not murderers. We do not know for a case. That's like saying that.
So what's the difference between an IUD killing a conceived zygote and like a mother going to Planned Parenthood and killing the fetus in her womb?
Well, so you're asking two separate things. If they knew for certain, to be more clear, that I have a fertilized egg and I'm going to take a drug to prevent that fertilized egg from attaching to their uterine wall, then yes.
Is he making Schrodinger's baby? Is he making an argument of Schrodinger's baby? That if we don't know if this baby is actually alive, we can kill it. And because we don't know that it was alive, then it's not murdering it. Schrodinger's baby. This ain't it. Nah, bro. So okay, he said not a guarantee. The plastic IUDs are shaped well, either way. I mean, I'm saying it was a physical thing, not a chemical thing. Well, unless the chemical thing is still. Point is, I felt the thingy on that. Take my dick. That's what I'm trying to say. Zippy said nails and hair and teeth are not alive. Yes, they are. Skin rebuilds, but the hair and nails are places, not rebuilds. Okay, fine. So then let's just go with my epidermis. We know that my epidermis is, well, I don't know where my knife is. But the point remains. Like if I bite off a little, this is a little piece of the skin from my finger. It is now going to, it was alive in that moment. And now that I've taken it away from its host, this piece of flesh will die. But this is my DNA. So because this dies, that DNA still exists. So a murder has not occurred. It's not complicated. That man has Reddit addiction. I do not know what that means. I'm going to need to look for that. Yeah, Schrodinger's head. So you can say you should stop using the term alive yourself, though, Lutch, if you're actually talking about personhood. Say more on that. What do you mean? You're using the word if you yourself are talking about. No, because we are specifically talking about whether it's alive or not. In this case, because Bob was bringing up sperm. So we are talking about whether it's alive or if it's not alive. When we go back to the fetus itself, yes, we're talking about personhood. But this is specifically talking about alive versus dead. Damn, I did not expect this many of you to be here this afternoon. Damn, we ain't gonna get through much of this at all. All right, we're gonna have to speed more of this up because I obviously have to get. I only have another hour before I have to set up for tonight's stream, so we're gonna get through a little more of this. It's a religious place. I believe God doesn't make mistakes. If a woman conceives, that is his plan. That's me though. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, yeah, we gotta get to this.
Yes, that is an act of killing or murder, of course.
Okay, so do you think all murderers should go to jail?
Do I think all murderers should go to jail? I mean, on third degree murder. However, no, I don't think women that got abortions or had IUDs should go to jail because I think that they have been deceived by mass culture and mass propaganda. Secondly, the people who should go to jail are the abortionists, who are the ones that have been putting the abortion pill, the ones that have been doing procedures, the ones that have been going into the third trimester and breaking babies' backs and inserting them with syringes while the babies are crying and suffocating, being born alive, and then being dead on the operating table. That is who should go to jail.
Oh,
that was actually the best point somebody made.
we'll have to talk about
I know.
that.
You did indeed, King. And you guys are the real ones. Oh, if this girl gets there, you might have seen clips of this online. She went wild.
Okay, whenever I'm talking about this discussion, I always go to the question of what about in the case of the mother when her life is in danger? Because I'm a big believer. I don't know. I'm still iffy on if I think it's or if it's murder or not. But even so, I mean, I don't want to say murder is justified. Guys, wait, let me just get this one point and then you can vote me out. Give me 1 second. Say the mother gets pregnant and she knows that if she gives birth, she's going to die. She has some kind of health complication. Then what do you do in that case?
Section.
I don't know what that means.
C-section. They do it.
Guys, wait, hold on. Give me one second.
They go right below the belly button and they deliver the baby. And after she doesn't have to give birth, it's technically birth, but it's much safer. So that's actually safer than an abortion procedure.
Oops, a C-section is safer than an abortion. So if I was one of the kids, anytime that Charlie is starting to speak and as if he like has a point, I would throw that flag up and be like, all right, even if I don't have a problem with her, even if I don't have anything to say, shut Charlie up. That would be the way to do it. But oh, they don't seem to be working together.
Sorry, Lily.
You know, leftists.
Hello, how are you?
Hi.
What's your name?
Deedon.
Nice to meet you.
I would say with abortion, I think it's very complicated, but I think the issue that I have primarily with your stance of being pro-life, that there's no nuance.
Yeah, obviously, any kind of surgery is not going to be safe, but they're saying safer.
the issue that I have primarily with your stance of being pro-life, that there's no nuance. There's women who are being forced to travel hundreds of miles to access abortion care.
We're like 5 seconds behind. I can see the thing. And exactly as you saw this, I looked up and it was right at that part. Spot on.
Even in cases of rape in certain states, that they're not giving any sort of allowance for that. And I think, you know, a lot of people who are pro-life, they say that they're pro-life, but I feel like they're really pro-birth, because in, you know, with firearms, the United States has some of the high.
So this is, again, one of the old, tired arguments. Well, if you're pro-life, then how come you're not for giving money to this random person who decided to have sex? If you're pro-life, how come you don't want to ban firearms? What?
Highest firearm deaths out of OECD nations, right? And we can acknowledge that that's for children who are actually living and breathing. So I feel like abortion, well, yeah, it is. I can definitely see your point. I just think that it should be allowed in some circumstances.
Okay. Yeah. Great. I'm happy to get into the gun violence stuff later, but I want to really stay focused on abortion.
Right.
You can say you see my point. Can you see the world also where, since we know it's a human life?
Exactly. Nice deflection. Welcome to Dick's Insider. Good to see you. Good to see you. Welcome to the party. So you said abortion kills, C-section kills, birth kills. It's almost like life kills. Imagine that.
That it should be illegal since we don't allow murder in our society.
Well, that's where I have an issue, because abortion is not being done willy-nilly. It's like the life of the mother is always.
How many abortions do you think we have every day in America? Just guess.
I'm not sure.
Guess.
Thousands. 6,000.
I'm honestly not sure. Maybe, I don't know, 1,000?
4,000 a day. So it is kind of willy-nilly. We have 1.6. Sorry. Hello.
Hi. I just want to clarify, the thing that you're aiming for is less abortion, right? That would be what you would want, or at least no abortion.
Eventually, it's also a protection of those that can't protect themselves. But yes, and that's why after the reversal of Roe versus Wade, we saw abortions go down dramatically in Texas, Alabama, Mississippi. We saw thousands.
Right, but we also saw them go up in places like Colorado and California and New York. Which again, I agree that legally it was the right decision to kick Roe v. Wade back to the states, but that was the best compromise that we were going to get. Yeah, absolutely done willy-nilly. Tara said every time Charlie brings up a good talking point. Well, I mean, that's the game. That's the game. They're trying to win, and so when he's winning, obviously they want to get him out of there. But that's the game, you know. Dr. Virginia said more than 90% of abortions are elective. Very few are a result of RPA, incest, and risks to the mother. Yeah, at 90%. So it absolutely is done willy-nilly. And well, I can say, fine, you know, heads up, we've detected your video stream belonging to someone else. We'll see how long it lasts. We got the warning. Yeah, so I can definitely see how, like, an individual, especially if you know somebody, or if you've had an abortion, or your partner's had an abortion, like, willy-nilly is I'm sure not the word that you would use. But when you zoom out and you look at 4,000 a day and 90% of them not being medically necessary, then yes, willy-nilly is not good. I mean, yeah, Jubilee, this is fair use. This is absolutely the direct definition of fair use. Insane. Yeah, this discussion may get aborted. But I'll grab some of y'all's chats. Hopefully that'll run that away, and we can keep it moving. Tiff said, I know just when Charlie brings up something I really want to hear, it just gets flagged. Well, that's the that's the insidious part. That's the insidious part. Just like that girl that was here, whatever the fuck her name was. Instead of engaging in the conversation with people who disagree with you, she ran away because she doesn't want to hear it. These people are not interested in anything except being told that they are right and having their ideas reinforced. Shout out to unwanted foe. But what about this 1% less? What about this less than 1% of abortions? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. But Morty is all about it. Yummy, yummy, yummy. There you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you so very, very much, sir. Very, very much appreciated. And you know he loves these. We're still on the freeze-dried carrots. We got a little bit left of the freeze-dried carrots. We got the bacon flavor downstairs. That'll be for tonight. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, warning's gone. Warning's gone. Dietrich said the irony of Margaret Sanger's life works to eliminate the black population, being the carnal blood gem of the modern white woman for her own selfish needs, is poetic justice by tragedy. Damn. Dilly to that. Dietrich is on fire tonight. Well, tonight, this afternoon. On fire. Well set. All right, let's dive back in here.
The reversal of Roe versus Wade, we saw abortions go down dramatically in Texas, Alabama, Mississippi. We saw thousands of babies that are now alive and well that are able to have amazing lives thanks to the reversal of Roe versus Wade.
I don't think a lot of that is true.
Well, it is, but
it's not true, because when you make abortion illegal, it doesn't actually decrease the amount of abortions that happen.
Yeah, right. Again, a talking point. Hey, look who we got, our boy, Dr. Evil Genius. Thank you so very, very much for forwarding some of the donations from Saturday night's show to Morty. Go and get it, boy. There you go. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yes, that is right, guys. If you are a YouTuber or a streamer or whatever, anytime that I am on a screen, if a donation comes in, whether it's to me or anybody else, Morty is gonna get a treat. We need to support our content creators. And so, yeah, I was over there and we were able to get some of that moolah flowing. So I very, very, very much appreciate you paying it forward. Thank you, thank you, thank you, sir. Very, very, very much appreciated. But again, here we have a very day one, level one argument.
I think a lot of that is true.
Well, it is, but
it's not true, because when you make abortion illegal, it doesn't actually decrease the amount of abortions that happen.
That's a nice talking point. In Texas, the numbers show differently. The birth rate has gone up.
Yeah, legal goes down, but illegal abortions still happen. Abortions still happen outside of whatever data you're showing.
That's not true, but let's just say, well, if you
40?
If you want to, well, first of all, if you count the abortion pill, you're right, but that's a separate thing than a chemical abortion and surgical abortion, different things. And I'm not debating.
Hey, yo! Zippy out sponsoring himself with another $10 Rumble rant. My goodness, don't go broke, bro. Don't go broke. But I very much appreciate it. Yeah. Let's get some food, baby. Food, baby. We love it. We love it. We love it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Out sponsoring yourself. Everybody put Zippy in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so very, very much, sir. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. I got to do more of these afternoon streams. Y'all are super generous in the day. Hell yeah.
But that's a separate thing than a chemical abortion and surgical abortion are different things. And I'm not debating. I'm not debating you. I'm debating her. So if you want to do the flags and come back in, try and be faster next time. Ooh. So let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. So the question is, we should try to limit unjust suffering of human beings. Right?
Sure.
Okay. That's my position, is that there's unjust suffering of anywhere between 1.4 to 1.6 million abortions a year of human beings that are being massacred in the womb. And so that's not a woman's rights issue. That's not a men's rights issue. That's just a human rights issue.
Okay, the best way.
Hey, it's definitely not a competition, but there has definitely been streams where this is outweighing Punkmaster. So thank you so much, brother. I really, 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 really do appreciate it. You are the man and the sponsor of the stream. Thank you again, brother. Thank you.
Womb. And so that's not a woman's rights issue. That's not a men's rights issue. That's just a human rights issue.
Okay, the best way to decrease abortions happening is proper sex education. Limiting abortion and making abortion illegal does not actually decrease the amount of abortions that happen.
So what is your evidence?
Okay, so that's the thing. Like, honey, those things are not mutually exclusive. It's not either we do sex education or we make abortion illegal. We can have sex education and also make wrong things illegal. We can teach people to not murder each other and then still have the law that you can't murder people. Crazy, right? It's definitely not too early to get funky, but he is probably out on a roof somewhere in the heat. So I am definitely not complaining. I am definitely not complaining that I'm inside with my puppy hanging out with you guys.
Limiting abortion and making abortion illegal does not actually decrease the amount of abortions that
So
happen.
what is your evidence of that?
What is my evidence of that?
Because we have increased sex education the last 30 years.
Our sex education is so bad in America.
Well, by bad, what do you mean by that? We have.
I was gonna say, I agree. It's terrible. It's become kink education.
More access to birth control for young kids. We have more kids that are learning to use birth control at a younger age. We have more of that in our public school system, and we've seen all the trends actually go in a negative direction. So, in fact, we see that the more sex education there is,
as she makes a bad point, they're like, uh-oh, we all, and that's the funny thing again that we talk about the collectivism, that even though they realize that they are the collective, that it's them versus Charlie. So anytime Charlie's doing good, they'll raise the flag, but then they still don't work off each other. They still don't work off each other. Dr. Manu said more like I identify education. Yeah, right. It's how do you identify? At least said evidence. What is evidence? Yeah, not like they know anything about that.
Is actually going in a negative direction. So in fact, we see that the more sex education there is, the more disturbing those trends are. So you say that, let me ask just one more thing. You say that if we make abortion illegal, people will still do it. Should we then just make gang violence legal because
No, I'm saying if you actually want to...
It's almost like I've heard this argument before. It's almost like he's heard this argument before. It's almost like this is not a good argument. Almost. Steven said most education in America is slipping in quality, top tier colleges aside. I don't even know if I would put those top tier colleges aside. But yeah, perhaps that's true. Yeah, exactly.
But should we then just make gang violence legal because...
No, I'm saying if you actually wanted to decrease the amount of...
And then look at that face from the Asian girl. Like, what? What do you mean? What does gang violence have to do with what you just said? It's the direct and exact same principle.
Abortions that happen, you wouldn't be advocating for to make abortion illegal. You'd be advocating for all of these other things.
Does that logic apply to stealing, looting, kidnapping, arson, and murder?
Well, actually, it does, because those are results of different societal issues that you should be educating yourself on, rather than making it illegal at the front.
Should we make kidnapping, arson, burglary, murder legal because they're symptoms of something else?
We should be helping society heal from those things.
You got to answer the question.
Exactly.
We want less of those things. Should we just make them legal and we'll get less looting?
You know, actually, I'm gonna let someone else.
Thank you very much.
She's like, at least she was like, I can't even do this.
Hi, Parker. Nice to meet you. Yes.
Nice to meet you, Charlie.
Big TikTok guy here.
So, like, pedophiles, people who were married to children in the past.
Okay, so but real quick. So I definitely, okay, we're gonna take some time here because I definitely want to make sure that we get this guy. This guy, Parker, is a TikTok debater. So if you if you open your TikTok thing, your app, then you'll get videos, and there'll be this video. You scroll this video, and oh, perfect.
Sir, if what he said was put into law, Muslims from Canada wouldn't have been able to enter the country.
I did not plan that.
Right. No, I'm saying that the United States is no exception. A president of a country has all the rights to vet the people that are coming in, to put systems in place.
Okay, so Trump had all the right to ban all new black people from entering into the country?
Well, you see.
Well, he's not saying anything. But I was just trying to show you that, you go on TikTok and sometimes there'll be these lives and it'll be stuff like that. It's crazy. They know. But it's crazy that he came up. But point being is that he is, if you think Destiny is bad, wait until this guy comes up. So Dr. Jesus has a serious question. How many more lives have been ended? Or how many more? Which has ended more lives? Gang violence or abortions? It would have to be abortions, right? It would have to be abortions. Sheer numbers, right? What do you guys think? Actually, let's make that a poll. That's a great question. So currently we are in the 25 v1 debate. 42% of you are like, hell yeah, I could do that. So what kills more people? What kills more individuals? So that nobody is gonna be like, well, technically it's not a person. abortion, or you said gang violence? Was that it? What? Yeah, gang violence. Abortion or gang violence. Let's see. That's a really interesting question. That is a very, very, very good question. Shout out to Michael Maynard. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And yes, not Beastie Boys, but Sir Makes a Lot. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. So again, like, you think that Destiny is bad. When we get to this guy, you'd be like, oh, please bring Destiny back. Please. Bobby said he's not voting. Where are we? Why are you not voting? Why are you not voting? I think that's a great question. The TikTok algorithm was stalking you with the Chinese hidden backdoor. They knew what you were wanting to see. That's why I have the app. They all do it, but TikTok does it better. TikTok does it better. I thought you were joking. I thought you were joking when you said Beastie Boys. I was like, good joke, good joke. Oh, man. Yeah, he said 4,000 a day. Gangs aren't always violent. Dr. Wu said, if abortions, then radical feminists are the biggest gang in the country. Dilly dilly to that. Oh, man. That's facts. That's facts. God damn. All right, let's dive back in here. Well, to answer your question, I don't see a difference, but somebody could argue that because a fetus is not a person, that 0 persons are killed. So that's why I say an individual. You can't say that if you have an abortion, that not an individual was killed. An individual, that's for you to decide, but it was definitely an individual.
Big TikTok guy here.
So, like, pedophiles, people who were married to children in the past and normalized in that society, should they go to prison?
I thought you meant in the poll. I thought you meant you were voting in the poll. Yeah, no, I hate that. I hate that. If you served your time, you should be able to.
Pedophiles, people who were married to children in the past and normalized in that society, should they go to prison?
Should pedophiles?
Like, if you could go back in time, would you put those pedophiles in prison that married those children because it was normalized? They were deceived into thinking it's okay. Would you put them in prison?
You got to slow down.
Sorry.
Pedophiles should get the death penalty.
No, so you'd go back in the past, you give them the death penalty, even though they were deceived into thinking it was okay. But you said people who get abortions who are women shouldn't go to prison.
But it's not currently illegal.
Yep. Exactly. When I mean, I didn't pick up on the fact that you said lives, but exactly. Knowing that these arguments are out there. Well, technically, abortion kills 0 people because it's not a person. That's not what I'm asking. How many lives, how many individuals, how many lives were ended, or which one ended more lives?
They were deceived into thinking it was okay. But you said people who get abortions who are women shouldn't go to prison.
But it's not currently illegal.
Okay, regardless.
Pedophilia
at that time, it wasn't.
No, I would not go back and retroactively enforce laws where things were currently not illegal.
You wouldn't put pedophiles in prison in the past.
Hold on a second. When was it illegal? When was it legal in America?
Well, child marriage was legal in America throughout the early 1900s, and especially throughout most of society for thousands of years, especially in the Old Testament and in the Bible. Hold
on a second. So where is the Levitical law that allows you to marry a child?
Oh, yeah.
Can you name the verse?
Well, I can't name the verse, but the particular conditions that are listed in the Bible are that you have to be physical maturity and emotional maturity, which is extremely vague and throughout society has been seen to be met at puberty.
There is not a verse, but let's...
Okay, Stephen, then use lives. We just explained this. This is what pisses me off. This is what pisses me off. You know what we're doing. You're just trying to... Why is this necessary? Why is this necessary? Was this all worth you saying this? Come on, man.
Which is extremely vague and throughout society has been seen to be met at puberty.
There is not a verse, but let's kind of go back.
Okay, so when is the age of consent under your view?
Let's go back to, generally agreed upon it's 18 years old. But let me ask you
because you don't go based on what's generally agreed, you go based on the Bible.
I say 18 years old, but let me ask you a question.
Where's that in the Bible?
When does life begin?
Conception.
Like conception, great. So good. So should we protect all life at conception?
I care about sentient life, not cellular life.
So when do brainwaves start?
Do you think brain dead people should be able to pull the plug on, like a family should be able to pull the plug on an individual?
Answering a question with a question. And yeah, so Dr. Eugene said, I just told you last week that the black share of the American population has gone up just 1% since 1970. Part of that is because 49% of all black pregnancies have ended in abortions. That is what we are talking about. If you want to play semantic games about what's a person, that's fine. But this is what we're talking about.
Not cellular.
So when do brainwaves start?
Do you think brain dead people should be able to pull the plug on, like a family should be able to pull the plug on an individual in the family that's brain dead?
You got to answer the question. When do brainwaves start?
You can see brainwaves around 6 to 8 weeks, which in brain dead individual there are brainwaves as well. So the brainwaves necessary to produce a subjective experience are met until around 18 through 26 weeks in the womb.
Can you see it from my perspective that at 6 to 8 weeks those brainwaves will actually increase, not decrease, if allowed the process of development to continue?
Did you know those same EEG scans exist in brain dead?
Again, something that pisses me off when we talk in the after party, when I'll say something and then I finish and I make a good point, or maybe even knocking down your entire argument, and then instead of you even acknowledging that I said anything, you just keep on talking and say something else. Like, that's what he just did. Like, he just made a very cogent point. And it's like, okay, that one worked. Let me jump to the next thing.
Increase, not decrease, if allowed the process of development to continue.
Did you know those same
So again, yeah, like the point was that, brainwaves. So we're using brainwaves. We're comparing the brainwaves of a fetus versus a brain dead person. And so the argument is, okay, yes, they both have low levels of brain activity, but one of those we expect to increase and one of those we don't. Very cogent point, and just right by it. Right by it. Shout out to Little Toes. Welcome to the party. I mean, like you're definitely I mean, fine. Agree to disagree. I think it was very clear to everybody what the question was. I agree that you're being pedantic, but if you say that being pedantic is necessary, then agree to disagree. But I am frustrated at the fact that you're being pedantic in a way that is not necessary.
Those brainwaves will actually increase, not decrease, if allowed the process of development to continue.
Did you know those same EEG scans exist in brain dead people that you don't think are sentient?
No, but the difference with the brain dead people is that the likelihood of those brainwaves actually increasing is very low at 6 to 8 weeks, when by 15 weeks they can hear the mom's voice.
It's irreversible sensation. That's what brain death is. I
hold on,
didn't know that.
But no,
it's not coma.
But you're doing a red herring. Go back to
it's not. What's a red herring?
A red herring is where you avoid the.
Excuse me, sir. How is it that you know you're not doing a thing if you don't know what that thing is? He said, you're doing a red herring. He said, no, I'm not. What's a red herring? How does that work?
You're doing a red herring. Go back to
it's not. What's a red herring?
A red herring is where
unless he was asking what of what I said was a red herring. I think that's fair.
Avoid the topic and you say something that is adjacent or symmetrical to what I'm saying, but not actually I'm saying.
You mean a reductio ad absurdum? That's not a red herring.
A 6 to 8 week baby, if they're allowed to continue to develop, what ends up happening?
At a certain point, it will become a sentient being in the future. The same way that if I keep engaging in sex with my girlfriend, there'll be a baby in the future. Yet I don't care about the
unless
sperm.
you're infertile, which we don't know. But let's see the process of development, right? Why
do you want to answer my question yet?
Why do you have the ability or the right?
Should those child P3Os go to prison?
The process of
should the pedophiles go to prison?
From 1904. How many pedophiles?
It's a good thing I'm not talking to pro-choice people. I'm talking to you specifically, 19 people that are here and articulated exactly what I meant.
They're alive from 1904.
They're not alive, right? I meant like if you can go back in the past, hypothetically speaking, and you could put them in prison, would you put them in prison?
I would have killed them myself if I was alive.
Okay, so then you don't apply it based upon what people are deceived to believe. You apply it based upon what you consider to be moral. So the women who had abortions, you think they should go to prison. So why should women who get abortions go to prison, but someone like my mom who told me that Santa Claus exists shouldn't go to prison because they're both sense?
You see a homeboy over here, woo, 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 woo. Yeah, this ain't going the way you think it is. Just because he's talking about
prison, but someone like my mom who told me that Santa Claus exists shouldn't go to prison because they're both
constructive debate if you keep on talking over me.
Well, I was finishing my statement. You were talking over me. But go for it.
Let me ask you a very simple question. Do you think it would be a good thing if we had less abortions in America?
It depends on the context. Like, are the abortions prior to sentience?
Yes,
because I think
all abortions.
No, it would not be necessarily better unless it is the case
abortion?
Of the people didn't want the abortions and it would be negatively impactful to their health medically speaking.
Are you against late-term abortion?
After sentience, yes.
Okay, so you believe in an 8-week abortion ban?
Yeah. No, I don't. Sorry, I believe in an abortion ban.
No, It's like you were talking over me. Like, no, dude, you asked him a question and he was answering the question. That's how conversations work.
So you believe in an 8-week abortion ban?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I don't. Sorry, I believe in an abortion ban after 18 through 26 weeks.
Okay, that's a more reasonable position. I have to give you credit for that.
It's similar to Trump's 15 weeks.
Yeah. So why do you think that most people don't share your view on that?
Well, people just don't really know what sentience is. There's not a lot of conversation about abortion, and these conversations are very difficult.
There's not a lot of conversation about abortion. If only we had more discussion of abortion, then people would understand. Oh my God. What did I tell you? This is the Wish version, the Temu version of Destiny. At least Destiny makes points when he talks fast. At least he makes points. They may be stupid points. They may be incorrect positions. But I would love to see this guy go at it with Destiny, because I think from the right, Destiny would destroy this guy. Like I said, okay, maybe we should bring back duels in the street. We can handle this right now. We all know this kid wants to be back in the days when it was legal to marry a 13-year-old girl, but he's not. He's just mad. I don't know if that's the case, but he's definitely mad that he can't just bully his way through this. Dr. Jubilee said, I think he meant there's not a lot of conversations about what sentience is. All right. Fair enough.
Well, people just don't really know what sentience is. There's not a lot of conversation about abortion, and these conversations are very difficult. They're conceptually hard to go through. And
that's a stretch. I'll give the charity that, okay, perhaps that is what he meant. That is not what he said at all.
I understand why a lot of people don't understand
for sure.
their positions on it.
So
but I think people
you
have
are aware most
you're cutting me off.
Americans
I thought we weren't cutting people off.
I was actually complimenting you.
All right, moving on. Oh,
how are you? Nice to see you.
Again, you may have seen clips of this girl online because.
So I just have one question. There's in any case, you don't think there's any case where abortion should be legal?
There's a very, very rare couple cases.
Okay, so you do think that a couple cases it is legal?
If cesarean section is not going to save the mother's life, and the mother's life is actually at risk, which is debated amongst growing numbers of OBGYNs,
okay,
that is the only case where abortion should be
do you
allowed.
Think there
but people say it is a growing consensus in the pro-life world that abortion is never medically necessary.
Okay.
I agree with you, Bobby. But if I'm going to be as charitable as I could possibly be, I don't know for a fact that he was saying that maybe he misspoke. He said people don't know about sentience. There's not a lot of conversations about sentience. Maybe. I'm willing to give that. But that's not what he said.
It is a growing consensus in the pro-life world that abortion is never medically necessary.
Okay. So if you had a daughter and she was 10 and she got raped, and she was going to give birth and she would and she was going to give birth and she was going to live, would you want her to go through that and carry her baby?
That's awfully graphic.
It's a real life scenario that happens to many people.
The answer is yes.
Yeah, I don't like that line from Charlie. Well, that's very graphic. Yeah, it is graphic. We're talking about a graphic thing. That was an emotional appeal. I don't like how he said that.
Baby.
That's awfully graphic.
It's a real life scenario that happens to many people.
The answer is yes, the baby would be delivered.
Oh, okay, great. So that's insane.
But let me tell you why. No, hold on. Let me ask you a question. There's two ultrasounds I have. One is a baby conceived in. One is a baby conceived by a loving couple. Which one is which?
Your daughter was probably hopefully conceived by a somewhat loving couple.
Conceived by? Tell me which one was conceived by.
You don't know.
Exactly, because it's all human rights and it's all human beings.
But that doesn't matter. It's about your daughter who has to give birth to it and is going to be tortured by that for the rest of her life.
You are.
So again, unwanted vote. We've got to be consistent. It does not matter how many times it has happened or has not happened or has never happened. The question is as long as the question makes sense, then you should answer it. This is the same response that we get when, I bring it back to how would you feel if you didn't eat any food yesterday? Well, I did. It doesn't matter. I've laid out the parameters so that this makes sense, and you have all the information you need to answer this question based on the values that you have or the information, whatever it is. You have everything. It doesn't matter. It could be something that has never happened. If it's a hypothetical situation and the situation makes sense, then to be like, oh, well, that's this or that's that. That is an emotional appeal. That is the same thing as something. You're weird for saying that. Why do you even care? That's that argument. And it's cheap and it's pathetic. It's not. So in the case of the 10-year-old, I disagree with Charlie. Generally speaking, I'd like women to choose life. Agreed. I think that I would be okay with that. Being an exception. But going back to what Unwanted Vote said, once we answer the fact that in that situation, here's the answer, then we can take the step back and saying, yeah, if that were to happen, then okay. But that doesn't happen. Let's talk about what's actually happened. Dr. Evil said he makes a compelling point about how the ultrasound's looking the same no matter how the fetus was conceived. That said, I can't support forcing an ARPE victim to live and relive for life. So it's not even about that for me. It's straight up about consent. If you choose to have sex, then you choose to consent to the possibility of pregnancy. And so if you did not consent to that, even if it was the most innocuous thing in the world, then you would still have the right to have an abortion. Because it's not about the cruelty or that. It's about the concept of consent. That is exactly why it doesn't matter how cruel or mean or fun or not it is for women who did consent. You consented to this. Whether you're having a good time or a bad time doesn't mean anything. Great. M69 said, can we have a conversation why 10-year-olds are having a period? Why is puberty beginning at younger ages? Conversation for another day, though. Yeah, that's another big one.
Daughter who has to give birth to it and is going to be tortured by that for the rest of her life. That's going to take away every freedom she's ever going to have. That's going to ruin her life. She's going to grow up and she's going to be attached to another thing.
Right. Again, yeah. And so if this would be endangering the life. So again, it may be a silly hypothetical, but that doesn't mean that gives us the escape hatch to be like, well, I'm just not going to answer it. It is a bad hypothetical. It does not prove her point at all. But that's still our responsibility to do the work.
Gonna have that's gonna ruin her life. She's gonna grow up and she's gonna be attached to another thing.
The point is how you were conceived is irrelevant. What human rights you get. But hold on 1 second. If a person conceived and walks down the side of the street, it's not like they don't get First Amendment rights or Second Amendment rights.
It's not about that person.
The worst thing to do to the daughter is to then.
It's not about that person. It's not about the baby. It's about me. It's about me. It's not about that person. It's about how I would feel bringing that person into the world. They're saying the quiet part out loud.
First Amendment rights or Second Amendment rights.
It's not about that person.
The worst thing to do to the daughter is to then say, hey, we're going to go murder the being inside of you.
They wouldn't even know. Like, listen.
They wouldn't
even know. It's okay to do terrible, horrible things as long as nobody knows. These are the arguments that you're making. One of us, my point was about how she was overplaying her argument. In cases of rape, I believe choice should be the mother's. Agreed. Great.
Listen.
But wouldn't it be a better story to say something evil happened and we do something good in the face of evil instead of saying we're going to do evil and then murder the being because we're going to pander to the evil? No. What makes the West great is that we do good after evil, not evil after evil.
It's not about the being and the cells. It's not about. No. I'm speaking. I'm speaking. I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
Hey, Kamala, go girl, go girl, go girl. Jesus Christ. Dr. Virginia said those conceived by ARPE are less deserving than other people, says this girl. England spy. Oh, Linda, listen, Linda, listen, Linda. Oh my God, that's a good meme. I'm speaking. I'm speaking. I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
Got it.
Thank you. So it's not, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the person. I'm talking about the person who is dealing with the pregnancy. I am not talking about the cells. I don't care. No, listen. The fetus, the whatever. I don't care about that right now until.
Boom. Again, telling on yourself again. I don't care about that right now. You never cared about that, bitch. What you mean? What you mean? You never once cared about that. Your whole position is that I don't care about that. I don't care about anything except me. Me. Like, come on. You want to clarify this statement, Zippy? Because I would like you to clarify this, please. As somebody who said this on my platform, please clarify this. Because I know that you don't mean what this says, but it says what it says. I like grapes all the time. That is, I been trying to find a replacement for, like, I get such a sweet tooth at night, and it's, you know, it's bad. Like eating candy in bed and stuff, like, not good. And so I've been trying to find alternatives, and I had the freeze dried strawberry slices. Those were good, but they're just too expensive. I think I'm just gonna I think I'm just gonna go and get those cotton candy grapes, and then every night I'll just have a little bowl of rape, for dinner.
No, listen.
Linda,
the fetus, the whatever. I don't care about that right now until it is formed. If there is a 5-year-old child who is pregnant and the baby is 2 weeks in utero,
can't get pregnant.
Actually,
got him, Dietrich. I'm speaking, and you wouldn't be if your parents had an abortion. Ooh. All right. Okay. Zippy, let's see what we're saying. From a moral train of thought, Zippy says, I, meaning Zippy, am 50-50 on our pace, says Zippy, because it gets into life ruin me, so I know people. Huh? I don't know what that means. Yeah, put it on Rumble if that makes it easier.
5-year-old child who is pregnant and the baby is 2 weeks in utero.
Can't get pregnant.
Actually, they have given birth. There is
given pregnant.
We got a fact check here. It says Linda Medina of Peru gave birth via C-section at 5 years old. The father's identity is unknown. The pregnancy was possible because she was sexually developed, which some call precocious puberty. So again, this is why you can't say, well, that doesn't happen. That's the lefty thing. Like, okay, fine. Even if, then you engage with it on that level. That's the way to do it. That is the way to do it.
They have given birth. There is one recorded case of a 5-year-old girl who gave birth.
Is that common?
Yes, it's common. 5-year-olds get sometimes, and if they get pregnant, I think they should be able to have medical access to something that could save not only just their life, but like their livelihood.
How many? I'm curious.
I hope your daughter lives a very happy life and gets away from you.
Okay.
Showing your true colors. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so from a moral train of thought, I am 50-50 on grapes, says Zippy, because it gets into life ruin me, so I kill people. It seems a bit sus. From a moral perspective, the child or fetus did nothing wrong. So what's the 50-50 part? Like saying that the child did nothing wrong, but they might get into my life ruin, so I kill people? Is that what you're saying? Again, I'm not challenging you. I'm just trying to get it clear. Well, yeah. So this is only the first topic. So they gave 20 minutes of speech time per topic. So this is the first topic, and they just ran out on topic. So now they're going to change to another topic. So they had 20 minutes on the clock. There's not a time period for each person. That's based on the flags. So they had 20 minutes for the abortion topic. They now ran that down. Now they're going to do another topic, and the switching is based on the flags. So they're giving birth at 5 years old. There was one. Either this 5-year-old was transgender, or this bitch doesn't know how pronouns work. Just using that one weird example to prove your point. It's not that, again, if you were trying to make a point about principles, that in this one case that does not ever happen anywhere, what does your prescription to do, does that work here? That's a perfectly fine question. But to be like, well, 5-year-olds are, that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing. Dr. Evil said, how arrogant is she to think his daughter would achieve happiness away from her father? She made herself look evil, not the man she was emotionally debating with. Yep. These people tell on themselves. They tell on themselves. If you know what to look for, it's right there. Michael Maynard said, I think in that situation, it should be a choice. Well, why not use birth control if it's consensual? If that birth control doesn't work, that's when you have the chance that's the chance you take. It's the middle of the fence. You got to give both ways. Both sides have to be a little unhappy for it to be a fair deal. Well, that's what I was saying. Roe v. Wade was a good comparison or a good compromise. 50-50 was balancing needs and fairness in my head. I hesitate on moral issues because they're not always universal. I agree. And it's definitely not an easy one. It's not an easy one. All right, moving on.
So that is really nasty. And so her belief system, just so we're clear, is that...
The time's up.
Yeah, no, I got it. It's fine. I mean, it's insanely nasty, and we'll talk again. My next claim is that college is a scam.
College is a scam.
Hello.
What's your name? So again, now we've got 20. Oh,
I'm Maddox. How are you?
20 minutes on the clock for college is a scam.
Doing
good.
So college is a scam.
Well, let's define our terms. College being traditional four-year college.
Of course.
University, not community college or technical college.
Of course.
A scam, if we can agree on a definition, is where a majority of people who will go through the institution or business, they're not getting their money's worth, their time's worth, and they're being deceived when they sign up. So do we agree on those terms?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
Well, what would further definitions, what do you think is the purpose of going to college?
The purpose of college should be a traditional liberal arts education, the pursuit of what is good, true, and beautiful.
Okay.
That's not what it is. It should be the betterment of yourself and your soul, nurturing your character and becoming a better citizen, understanding the deeper things in life. At the very least, though, it should be preparing one for the job market. Do you think college does those things?
I think it does, but I would add on to your point that I think not only is it for the betterment of yourself, but it's for the betterment of society. We need historians. We need certain majors that may not make as much money.
Fair enough. I'm getting a little warning here, so let's go to you guys. Michael said college is about trying to turn the Republicans that they can get. Prove me wrong. I don't think I can. Zippy said, college, university, and higher education was always about networking and socializing to network. And I mean, on that note, thank you for stopping by, Bobby. You have a good one. On that note, I definitely would not give up, the social experiences that I had in college. If I had to pay for them, if Papa Lunch wasn't able to just pay it out, then I might feel differently. But given that I'm lucky enough to be in that situation, I wouldn't give up my my college experience for anything. That being said, that's not what I went there for. That's not what I was sold that I was going there for. And even though I went to school for psychology, and psychology is relevant enough to people's everyday lives that I use it, but I don't really use it. You know what I mean? I want to pose that certain majors aren't a scam, but there's an increasing amount of colleges that seem to churn out activists rather than intelligent graduates. Yeah, they are. The copyright warning. So Jubilee is super copyright heavy. So on the studio page, under the thing where it'll say excellent condition, and then it'll turn red and it'll be like, warning, we detect some other people's thing in your whatever, and then it'll go back. But we're good. But yeah, that's exactly the point I wanted to pose, that they don't they're not looking to like what he was saying is that it benefits society as well to have these different ideas of thought and people studying different things. But they don't do that. They make it all come back to, well, everything's racist and oppression is the worst. And like, that's a scam. That's a scam.
I think those are for the betterment of society. Would you agree that there's some majors that may not make money, but are still essential to society?
It depends. Do you think that getting a degree in gender studies is good for society?
I would agree, yeah. Why would studying gender not be good for society?
Well, learning that men can give birth is not exactly a good use of time, is it?
Is that what they're teaching in college right now?
A lot of colleges, yeah. Yep. According to the Center for Disease Control, they no longer say women can give birth, they say birthing persons.
Okay.
Do you think men can give birth?
Do I think men can give birth? I think that...
yes or no question?
I think that a person who is assigned male at birth, I don't think they
assigned male at birth, so people are not male at birth?
I think that a person...
See, your evidence that college is a scam, my friend.
College is a scam?
You're lacking in a lot of wisdom.
Well, here, we can continue right now. So, gender studies, do you think that studying gender is not essential? Should we not deepen our understanding of gender?
I don't think gender... We're going to get there later. I don't think gender exists. I think that there are two sexes, infinite personalities, and no genders. However, let's get back to the core content.
Two genders, infinite personalities, and two sexes, infinite personalities, and no genders. But nice pivot, homie.
Well, here, can I ask my question again real quick?
Well, I want to get back to my core contention. A scam. So the majority of kids that go to college, if they end up getting a job at all, they end up getting a job that does not require a college degree.
Do you think that certain jobs that may not associate with a direct major can incorporate skills that you learn from a major? I think I'm an econ major, and depending on what job I do in the future, I can still use the skills learned from that.
So tell me about Milton Friedman.
Tell me about Milton Friedman. He is an economist from...
How about Thomas Sowell?
Thomas Sowell.
Ludwig von Mises.
Well, I will say that I'm a first year.
How about...
I think that's it, guys. Error. Your stream has been temporarily blocked because we've defected a video belonging to... Yep, gone. Yep. All right. Well, there we go. There we go.